Follow Up Media, and we're going to talk about the new food stamp requirements, and this was reported by WSBTV.com. So Trump signed an executive order pushing more work requirements for food stamps. Jay Black, I know earlier in the week me and you talked, and I was telling you that there was a minimum requirement of 20 hours a week that a person has to work, train, or volunteer to receive these benefits. So the Trump administration basically has 90 days to come up with ways to add more work requirements. And the funny part about it, Medicaid and housing assistance is also included in this, which is why I was saying in the first segment we was talking about, I think it's dope that they're going to let nonviolent inmates get benefits now because, let's just say, your baby mama, somebody, don't have those benefits no more as far as Medicaid. You could put your child on your insurance, on your medical coverage. And I think that's one thing that hampers us as blacks all the time. Like, I know one episode we was talking about like mental illness, and us in the black community, we don't take it serious, but a lot of us do have a mental illness. And like, we joke about it. Like, we may say, oh yeah, he was born a little slow or this and the third, but it's a real issue within our community. For sure. But yeah, 90 days for them to come up with more work requirements. Half the food stamp recipients now have someone in the household working. So it's kind of like they're beating the system in the sense the way Trump looking at it. Trump basically, the administration basically don't want people who aren't working to be able to have these benefits. And like I said, it's not just food stamps, it's Medicaid and it's housing assistance as well. And on another episode, we also talked about the smoking in public housing, like how they're changing the stipulations with that. So they basically just trying to crack down on a lot of this stuff. Just you basically got to do something with yourself at this point.
Even on the episode we was talking about the food box, I'm not mad at that. Like, I'm not mad that they making you do some type of work. Like, get up and do something. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Mm-hmm. If once you get to doing something, you will get motivated, and it's like, man, okay, I don't need this. People abuse the system.
That's true.
And when you abuse the system, that's where the problem come in. Like, okay, use this to get on your feet, but don't make it as a crutch.
Right.
And once you start making it as a crutch, it's like, what can they say to you?
Right.
And it's just like, man, I agree with the 20 hours a week.
I don't think it's a bad thing. I mean, we got 60 million job openings in America. 60 million job openings, but my issue is like not necessarily with the 20 hours, but we like think about Atlanta, like, and how tough the job market is here. Like they would rather bring somebody from another city, for a job than hire somebody within the city for the same job. You know what I mean?
I think that's another problem. Another problem is they want you to have all these, like, for example, I got degrees, but it's like I feel like with a degree you should be able to walk into any job.
Right,
or
absolutely.
At least get the opportunity. You feel me? It shouldn't be no problem.
And I can even relate on the other side because I just moved here because a job from Atlanta hired me from Miami. So I am a person who actually came in on that other side of this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I understand that, like I said, I know people that got degrees that live here. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even have those accolades. And I'm
sure
here.
You got experience though.
But the experience is what trumps the degrees every time. Every time.
But it's in some senses, because like me, like my sales background is extensive.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But in Atlanta, for you to work a sales job, they want you to have
a degree.
You know what I mean? It's like, so you gonna tell somebody they got like 5 years of sales experience,
track work.
right? Yeah. Versus somebody who just went to college to do sales. So what makes them more? Qualified than somebody that has the experience.
And you gotta think too, like when you get a job, you can have that experience, but they gonna train you on what they do anyway.
Exactly.
The only thing from what I understand, the degree, I guess in a sense it shows discipline. That they feel like
they can mold you basically.
They can mold you, but they know that once he gets in this person, he's a person I can rely on because he finished either a 4-year degree or 2-year degree. He was able to stick, get on something, get with something, and stick with it. Pick something to stick with. Right. So I mean, I can see that, but if the experience, they looking for experience, it's just like what can a college student or somebody coming out of college do? I done got in debt with all these years, and now I'm getting out, and you mean to tell me I can't get no job or I can't get paid a certain? I mean, I don't know.
And I think it hurts on both sides, man, because I know people that's done went to college, you know, for degrees or for certain things in their field, and they can't get a job in it. They can't get a job, and I think that's the reason why I'm so iffy about going to school to get my degree. It's not because I can't go to school and do it. It's just I don't want to work so hard for like a business degree or a doctor degree, and then like, well, doctor degree, I mean, it's a little bit more easy, but I mean, like, I know I was gonna go for business, and I just think like it's a lot of people that go to school for a business degree, and they don't really get to use it to its full potential, but they end up automatically getting like manager positions, assistant manager positions, but they're getting paid $5 to $6 or $7 less than what their degree is worth.
Right.
And I think it's, you know, it's fucked up. But then you got the man who came straight out of school into the workforce that got 15 years plus experience, you know what I mean, and he having a hard time because they only paying him $15 an hour when realistically he should be getting $20 an hour. So it hurts and it works against us both ways, whether you got a degree or whether you don't got a degree. But not to really get off the topic, like you were saying, I do think the 20 hours a week is good as far as people actually doing something, getting off the ass. And 20 hours a week is not a lot. I mean, it's really like, what, 2 or 3 days worth of work if you working like, what, a 6 or 7 hour work day for real.
Right.
So it's not bad. It's not bad whether you training or you working. So I agree with it. Y'all got anything else to say on it?
Man, I know people on both sides of that spectrum too. You know what I'm saying? I know people who they don't work, and I see them not being able to work. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they got the benefits that they got. But then I know the 20, 22, 23-year-old dude standing at a gas station every day who don't have to go to work because he gets those. You know what I'm saying? I see that all the time. So, I mean, for me, I think it's good, man. Like, have some get up and go about yourself. Even if it's just a little bit. Like you said, that's like 2 days. Maybe 3. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and you putting money in your pocket. Like, you putting real money in your pocket. You ain't got to do the other stuff you normally would have to do just to hustle. I think it's good, man.
The album yet?